Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Pescatore with the New Midway Volunteer Fire Company, and this is our firehouse. So over here we have our hall. We do rentals, any special events. We do monthly bingos. We have a lot of other, we've done weddings here, wedding recitals, rehearsals, all that fun stuff. The reception have our kitchens that we can do all the cooking and everything. We do breakfasts, we do carry-out dinners as well. So people can come right here. They'll drive actually through the engine bay, and we will just take the meals out there to them.
I was wondering if you had bingo here. This seems like a bingo area. Oh, and it says bingo right there.
And right there too.
Yep. I'm so perceptive. Okay, continue.
Trying to think of what else really. There's nothing really else in here I can show you. So we'll go this way. I'll take you to the mailboxes, the watch office. Long time. So these are all of our different boxes. This is for each office, any department, that kind of thing. So we have chief, deputy chief, the president, vice president, treasurer, any type of contact information that we need. The bylaw committee, fire prevention, gambling committee, board of directors, which I'm also a member. No, for like our bingos and those kind of 50-50 raffles.
I was like, I didn't know firefighters had like a big gambling problem.
Executive committee, the junior fire company, which actually I'm also in charge of as well.
Oh wow, he's doing so much.
The assistant chief, building and grounds, the secretary. All of our reports have to be put in here, and then the chief reviews them, make sure we didn't miss anything, and then he submits his.
Oh, so like when you do a call, you have to fill out paperwork and put it in there, and the chief sees it?
Yes.
Got it.
This is our technology communication thing. The assistant secretary, fundraising, LOSAP. So LOSAP, how that works is every time we go on a call, we help with functions, anything related to the firehouse, we actually earn points for, and that actually helps with taxes.
Nice.
And then also our uniforms and any suggestions. Type of calls that are coming in throughout the entire county. We also take care of all of our reports and any other things that need to be done. Emails that have to be submitted through the county, anything like that. That's what most of our stuff we do in here. Any administrative things mostly are done right in here. Single call that we have ran this year.
Oh wow.
Any EMS call, we have to log that in here.
Do you have like, if there's like a medical emergency, do firefighters still go out on those calls, or is it just paramedics?
Yes. So I can actually show you that with all the other apparatus we have out there. And then this is for any of the fire calls. And after all of that paperwork's done, then we have to put all of that information into the computer.
That sounds fun. I really like doing paperwork. I'm not gonna lie.
Trust me, it's not as fun.
I love seeing like the situations and like reading like what happened and then just like putting it in. I think that's so fun. I don't know. I'm kind of bored.
I mean, you'd probably get bored of it eventually.
No, because I do that all day at work and I love it. Oh wow.
Now this is the money shot.
Yes.
It smells like when you go to one of those car mechanic places. What are those called?
Car shops?
Yes, car shop. Oh my god, they're uniforms! That's so cool!
So this is actually my locker right here. So I have my helmet. I have a nice little wee-woo light up there.
That's bright.
I have another flashlight up here. I have my coat, which actually the coat has 3 different layers. On the inside, there's your outer protective layer. On the inside, you actually have a thermal barrier.
Oh wow. Like if you get caught on fire or something?
So it actually helps to keep the heat off of you.
Oh. So you don't overheat in the jacket?
Exactly.
Nice.
I have my own custom radio strap with my name on it, so I'm fancy. So just goes around like that. I'll keep it under my jacket, and then it'll hold my radio in here, and I can talk up here.
Can I carry the coat? I always heard it's super heavy, and I want to see if I can carry it. Oh my god. That is like 10 pounds. I heard like the training is super hard when you first start out because like you have to run up a bunch of stairs and you have to have like all the equipment on you.
Yes.
And that, I'm so serious, I'm not being dramatic. That is super heavy. It's like 10 pounds. Is it actually 10 pounds?
Probably close to 10 pounds. Plus, you have pockets in the front, so it has any kind of gear that you would need. Right now, I have a window punch and a little shim and a seatbelt cutter.
Ooh. I thought that was a nail file, I'm gonna be completely honest.
So then we also have our bunker pants that we put on. This is called a Nomex hood. So this we put on first typically. So it's gonna create that seal around your face mask. So that way, you know, you don't have any burns, your ears, your neck, those kind of things.
Is it true that firefighters can't have beards because of the mask?
So there's actually a court case, I believe it was in either DC or Baltimore, where someone had a beard for religious reasons, and they actually sued and won, so they were able to keep their beard. But typically, it's right here along your jawline that you're not allowed to, because the face mask itself has a seal, and you want to be able to keep that seal.
Oh.
So we actually have, everyone has their own face piece. So this is mine.
Oh wow.
Man, I did my hair all pretty and everything.
You don't have to put it on, it's okay. Oh wow. That's intense. Is that comfortable?
That's how you check if you have a seal. Just put your hand right here. See how it sucks into my face?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you're checking if you have a proper seal.
Ooh. Does it fog up?
Typically on the outside gets pretty bad, especially in a high heat situation and we're throwing a lot of water at the fire. Constantly having to wipe your face just so you can actually see.
Yeah, because like it has the thing on there, so I didn't think it would fog on the inside, but I was wondering if it would fog.
Inside typically isn't too bad. Some people have that issue where it will. So what they'll do is they'll just lift up on it a little bit and it pushes more air into there, so it kind of wipes everything away.
Can you wear glasses with it?
Yes, actually, they also, if you ask, you can actually get a prescription mask. So it's actually built in like prescription sunglasses.
Oh, cool. Are the pants super heavy too?
Yes. Especially the boots.
So you can't be like a skinny mini working this job. You have to be like built.
Yes and no. We actually have a couple people that are on the smaller frame, and they do it just like we do.
Really? Because I always thought if you were like a really small person, like I'm only 5'3" and I'm pretty small and skinny. So like I always wondered if I wanted to do like be a firefighter or something like that, if I was able to, because like I can't build muscle like that. Like I'm never gonna be a big person, and that is super heavy, and I don't know if I can go up a bunch of stairs like that.
So I believe there was a thing they did where an average person weighing about 150 pounds puts all of this gear on, they weigh about an extra 100 pounds.
Seriously?
That's with your respirator, which was the mask I put on, and your SCBA, which stands for self-contained breathing apparatus, which is the big bottle we wear on our backs.
Oh, that's what that is. Can you have asthma and do this job? Or would it be like really difficult?
You would really have to work on your breathing, but in all honesty, if you work hard enough at it, you're gonna be able to do it.
So, okay, this is the type of job where like, doesn't matter if you're small or big, if you have asthma or if you don't, you can really do it.
Yes.
Wow. Maybe I should be a firefighter. It seems cool from the shows. It seems cool in real life too.
So if you want to get both aspects of the police department and the fire department, you can also become what's called a fire marshal or a arson investigator.
I'm interviewing somebody who does that.
There you go. That was my dream job for the longest time.
Is that what you went to CTC for? I was gonna ask that in the interview. As an arson
Save the questions for the interview.
I know. I wanted to know though, and he was like right here.
No,
you
because the
already said
mic is over there and it's gonna sound so much better.
it. I know.
Yeah. So I can show you. I can run you down every piece of
can we talk about this truck first? What is that?
Wait, can we talk about the vending machine first?
Oh,
It's a
wow.
very, very old vending machine.
It's a really cool vending machine.
Oh my god, it has root beer.
Yes.
Wait, you can actually get stuff from there?
Yeah. No, there's actually drinks in there.
What? Is it expired?
Yeah. No, they come out like every week. I got a brisk tea from there yesterday.
A brisk tea? There's no brisk tea
There's
set.
iced tea.
Oh, okay.
So this one over here is our utility. Typically, if we have to run and just grab stuff, we actually took this to a call. Sorry, they're dispatching a call right now. Not for us.
So that's what it sounds like. I thought it was like one of those like that one.
So that ball right there, actually, if we do get a call, it'll flash blue for an EMS call and flash red for a fire call.
So what would that be? Because they said someone had a seizure. That would be EMS.
That would be EMS. So this is our utility. We've actually taken this out to a call before, where we had a bunch of hose that was dirty and just was a lot of hose. I think we had probably a good 4,000 to 5,000 feet of hose.
Do you mean like that?
No, like hose.
Okay, I didn't know if you meant like the hose or like
Like
the
a fire
hose
hose.
or like from like the garden equipment. Okay. Sorry, I need a clarification. Also, it's so cool that that just happened. I was hoping something like that would happen.
I'm really hoping that we get a call and you can actually see us leave.
Oh wow. Well, I need to interview you first, but yes.
That would be really awkward. It'd be the end of the
So
interview.
this is the utility. That's pretty much what that does. Over here is our special unit. So this is, yes, this is an H2 Hummer. So our department is rather small, so we have a special unit instead of an ambulance. So this is what we would take on any of our EMS calls.
Oh, can you fit someone in the back?
No.
Oh, so how do you get somebody in if they have like something wrong?
So typically for us, an ambulance from the next station over would come out here. But this gives us the opportunity to get there, assess the patient, and do anything else we would need. So back here we have a couple different bags for all of our traumas and vehicle accident stuff. We have backboards.
Yes, I wanted to see a backboard. I see it in the shows all the time.
If we had to backboard somebody, we could do that
a lot
here.
longer in real life.
You gotta think, you gotta fit, you know.
You gotta fit Shaq on
Yep.
It's not gonna fit Shaq.
there. Okay, half of Shaq. That's at least 6 feet, right? Yeah, so definitely like a little over half of Shaq.
And then over here on this side is our normal jump bag. So anytime we go on an EMS call, this is what we're grabbing. This out here. And this has all of our everyday kind of stuff. You got your Band-Aids, any type of injury typically we can handle with this bag. So there is also,
Oh wow.
so we can check your pulse, your oxygen level. This is the 4-gas meter, I believe. Yes. So this is how we test if there is a carbon monoxide leak in your house, and that's why you're sick. That's what we would use. Anything good?
Engine 331, you didn't call. 6006, Duval, Forest Drive, Just Bridge Place, seizure, 9
Oh, it's the same one?
Yes. So, but they just dispatch an engine for that. So what they typically will dispatch an engine for that is they need more manpower, whether it's having to move the patient or you're doing CPR. It's very difficult doing CPR for 2 minutes straight. It's very, very
Yeah,
strenuous.
isn't it like you can crack someone's ribs with that?
Yes. We also have an oxygen tank in here.
Is it true that you have to like restock these a lot?
Yes. So after every call, we have to go through. So do all of our paperwork. And then we come out here. We make sure anything that we used, we put back, or replaced. So any band-aids or gauze or anything like that, we have to put all that back on here. So this,
Can you show me the jaws of life? Is that real?
I will definitely show you that.
Oh my gosh, it is real.
So this is actually going to be our new special unit, replacing the Hummer. So we decided we wanted to give a better service to our community. So we decided to get something much bigger, a lot more space for other things. We have a lot of stuff for car accidents on here. Maybe. So any type of chains to, say if your car's, you know, snows, goes down a ditch, we can use this kind of stuff to pull you out of there.
Oh, those are heavy.
Yeah.
Ooh, those are the what are they called?
Cutters?
Yes. I told you, I watch these shows, man. It's so crazy seeing it in real life. They're all so much bigger than in real life. That's cool.
In here we have what are called like step chocks or cribbing. This is what we'd use to stabilize your vehicle in a car accident.
What do you mean?
So we put this underneath your car to make sure it stays level. And then typically we'd also take the air out of your tires.
Oh,
So
I
it
didn't know
sits
that.
down on there. That way it doesn't rock, doesn't move. If you're, you know, completely trapped in there, we're gonna be, you know, moving and ripping your car apart. So
Yeah.
we need to make sure that it stays level.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
So this is still in the process of moving things around, adding what we like, taking off what we don't like, that kind of thing.
that. Box O tools. It's the jaws of life, guys. It's the jaws of life.
These are actually called spreaders, but
Oh, they
yes,
call it jaws of
typically
life in the
everyone
show.
calls them jaws of life.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh,
That is
it is
really cool.
huge in real life.
So typically this is used, we'll get down, we'll shove it in between your door jamb, and we'll actually spread it completely apart. That's how we get it open and all that fun stuff.
I love in the show when they're like, get the jaws of life. We need to spread them open.
And this one is very heavy.
Yeah, that looks heavy as hell. Mad props that you held that.
So we also have these over here. What we'll do is we'll actually put it down. I'm trying to remember the technical term for them. But what we'll do is we will put it on your dash and then right at your seat. So then we can roll your dash back up. If your dash is rolled like onto your legs or something,
Oh,
we can use that to push it up.
I didn't even know to do that.
Then over here is mostly just a generator, another generator, gas cans, things like that.
That's a huge fan. Oh, those are the actual, are these actual like fire trucks?
Yes.
Oh, they look so different.
So this one over here is the engine. So this is typically what we're taking out on any fire call. This also has some rescue capabilities. On this one, we have what's called a combi tool. So with this one, we can actually spread, and if we need to, put something in between here, and we can cut it.
That scared me so much when you put your hand in there. Oh my god. Where do you, like, if you are on like a fire call and like you obviously have to use the hose from the truck, where do you refill the water?
So that is actually a wonderful question.
Where does the water come from and how do you put it in the truck?
So, if you look back here actually, you have an intake and a discharge. If we needed to take water out of here, we use discharge. intake, we can fill it up.
Oh.
So we, out here in more of a rural area, we use what's called tankers, which is what this is. This holds 3,500 gallons of water.
Oh my god, that is huge.
Yes.
You said 3, did you say 3 million?
3,000.
Oh, okay, that's why I was so confused. I was like, how is it holding 3 million? Okay, 3,000 is still a lot, but I swear to God, I thought you said 3 million.
3,500 gallons. This is actually one of the biggest tankers in our entire county.
I bet. Holds 3 million.
The engine itself only holds 1,500 gallons, but still, it's pretty good. So there's a lot of other capabilities when it comes to different types of fire trucks. So this would be an engine. Typically, we're using this for suppression. Over here, if we ever had to make entry to a house, we could actually take this off, grab these hose, rip it down, and just go straight to the door.
Oh, do you like have to kick down the door?
I wouldn't kick it down, but if need be, I guess could. Actually, I can show you some of the cool tools we have for that.
Ooh, to kick down doors? And you think it's only cops that kick down doors? Nope, possibly firefighters.
So, back here, we actually have, this is a float dock. So if we ever had to get a lot of water out here in a rural area, we can get through ponds, your pool, lakes, rivers, those kind of things, as long as it's deep enough. So this actually we can throw out there, and it's got a strainer down here so that we're not sucking up rocks or anything like that, or fish. And this part will float so that it stays kind of off of that. But if someone's basement floods, we can also use that to pump out the water. So over here we have a digging bar, we have a flathead axe, and then a fireman's axe. We also have one of my favorite tools, which is a Halligan bar.
Whoa.
So typically what I could do if I need to break down a door, depending on which way the hinges are facing. If they're facing us, then it's an outward swinging door. So I could just put this wedge right in there,
Oh, yeah.
have them hit it, so drive it in and pull it out. If it's the hinges are on the inside, so the door is going to swing inside. There's a couple other ways you could do it, but we would take this piece and get it in there and have them hit right back here, drive this in, and then kind of slowly pop it open.
Why is that your favorite tool?
Just simply because that's the tool I have the most familiarism with, and I also use it for a lot of different things. We had a barn fire where the siding had come down and we had to pull it out of the way so we get to the rest of the fire. Well, it was made of tin. I just took that little hook on the end, jabbed it in there, and ripped it back.
I have a question, but I'll save it for the interview. I just don't remember it.
So in here is actually where we sit.
Can you see that? Oh my
Whoa.
gosh. That is so cool.
So our engine will hold 4 people back here, and then you have the driver and the officer.
Is it true that like the chief or like whoever is higher up has to be in the front?
Yes, typically.
Ooh, I knew that. Wait, why do they have to be in the front? Is it just protocol?
So up in the front is typically where you do any of your radio transmissions, so communicating with the dispatch team or other units that are coming. Typically, the officer does have the higher level of training. They know what they should be doing, those kinds of things. It's really not too bad.
Why do you have to wear headphones then?
So typically we will wear. We'll wear these, and we can actually communicate with each other back there.
Oh, is it too loud? We can't hear yourselves?
Yelling from front to back is a little
Oh,
difficult.
okay, gotcha.
So we also have all the sirens going and that kind of stuff.
Is it super loud when the siren's going?
Oh, very loud.
I would wear headphones on. Is this like the same as this one? It's just bigger?
So this normally is only used for refuel, or refilling our engines, or establishing water supply, because holds a lot of water. This one only holds a little bit, and a lot of times you're using a lot of water on a fire. Next one is our brush truck.
Restaurant?
Brush truck.
Oh, brush truck. I thought you said brush stroke for the painting technique. I was like, this is kind of weird. Okay.
So this one here we would use in a field or something kind of small. Someone threw a cigarette out on the side of the road. The side of the road's on fire. We
Oh,
just
this
take
actually
this.
happened?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
We'll just take this, knock it out real quick. But on a field, we do actually have sprayers down here,
Oh.
so we can just drive and spray everything down.
Oh, look at the tires. I didn't realize they look like really weird. Not like weird, but I haven't seen tires like that before. Is it because it's like all terrain?
Yes.
Yeah, I know cars. I feel so knowledgeable now. What's next?
That's all I got.
You want to start the interview?
Let's go for it.
We're gonna start it, guys.
I am Tyler Pescatore with the New Midway Volunteer Fire Company.
And I'm Amina. I'm doing this for fun. Okay, so my first question is, what inspired you to become a firefighter? Was there a specific event or person that influenced your decision?
So actually, yes, that would be my dad. My dad has been at this department for 20 years.
Oh, so you guys are like coworkers?
Yes. My dad is actually the chief at this department.
That's why I was okay. For context, I asked him if I could talk to the chief, and he said he'd be down. I was like, wow, he's like close with the chief. He must be like really good with the fire department.
Yeah, my dad is actually my chief. I've been doing this for about 5 years now, but initially it was to do more stuff with my dad, hang out with him more. Later turned into, oh, I'm actually making a difference in my community. I work, I live, I know a lot of these people, so that's just what kind of brought me really into it.
So did you always want to become a firefighter? Because you guys don't know, but we were in a program called CTC together, and it was a criminal justice program. So I figured that everybody there wanted to be a cop, but you said that you wanted to be something different.
So I actually joined that program because my dream job is a arson investigator. I always thought that would be really cool because you get both aspects of the investigation and also dealing with the fire.
So you don't want to be a firefighter until like you retire. You want to be the arson investigator.
I mean, I have no problem fighting fires and breaking doors every day. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm making a difference in my community, so that's the big picture.
Yeah. Can you describe your journey to becoming a firefighter?
Oh, so there's a lot of classes and things that we have to go through. The first class we have to do is Firefighter 101. That was about 160 hours. Another class I took was Hazardous Materials Operations. That was, I want to say 60 hours. And then from there you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. Here in Frederick County, we have a program called Gear Up. That is kind of a dipping your toes in the water, seeing what you like, and making sure you're actually going to follow through with all the other training. So I actually went on and I took some rescue tech classes. So I have vehicle and machinery extrication and rescue tech site operations.
Oh, I always thought that like to become a firefighter was kind of like the academy. Would you say that like, since not that you've done both, but like you kind of know, would you say that they're like similar?
So, yes and no. The academy typically is more of a fast-paced moving thing. Here on the volunteer side, it's very slow pace. You know, I have class 2 to 3 times a week and that kind of thing.
Oh, wait, is volunteer firefighter the same as like firefighter, or is that the same thing?
So we have the same level of training. That's actually always been like a huge argument. Oh, I'm a paid firefighter. Oh, I'm a volunteer. Because like for us, we'll jump out of our bed at 3 a.m. living at our own house, drive down to the firehouse, and take the trucks out the door. As in, those guys, they sit in their comfy beds in the firehouse and get paid.
Oh, so you don't get paid?
I don't get paid to do this.
Oh, so you just do this for fun?
I do this for fun.
So you're a hero for fun. Okay, I see.
Yep.
Okay, nice. I had another question about that, but I'm blanking. So you said it's the same amount of training, right?
Yes.
So are you like doing all this training to become a paid firefighter?
Yes.
Oh, do you have to be a volunteer first and then a firefighter?
No. You can go straight through the academy and have all that done. I've just always been around this. I started when I was 16, so I've been doing this for 5 years. So when I started at that age, I had to take all these classes. There wasn't an academy to go to.
Is there still not an academy to go to?
There is, for Frederick County, there's an academy for a paid firefighter, but not at that age. They do have a cadet program where you can do the same exact class I just took for Fire 101. They have that same class, just with the cadets.
With cadets, that's just like kids, right?
So that's typically pretty much any time you have to start at 16 is the youngest you can go. I believe that's almost universal.
Because I did a cadet program. I thought we were all high schoolers, but some of them I think they might have been 20. So I didn't know if that was like the same thing.
I don't know. Because I know for them, I have a friend that did the cadet program.
The one in Frederick County, the sheriff's one?
No, for the,
for the
fire
one?
department. So they just use that pretty much as work study. That's the exact same thing it was.
Oh, nice. Okay. What was your first day on the job like, and how did it compare to your expectations?
Oh, so actually my first ever call was during a storm. We were actually here for a meeting, and then a storm rolled in, and a tree got struck by lightning, blew out someone's power, and all kinds of stuff. They actually had smoke in the basement, so we had to go down there and blow out all the smoke and all that fun
How'd
stuff.
you blow the smoke out?
So we used a positive pressure fan, just put it in there, and it's pretty much just sucked all the smoke
Oh, like
out.
that huge fan in the other room?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it's for?
No, not that one.
You just used it
it's
for
a
that?
smaller one.
Okay. How did it compare to your expectations? Like, did you expect like that's what your first call was going to be like?
I mean, in this line of work, you kind of don't know what's going to happen next. That's the exciting thing. So,
I always thought that was like a scary thing, because like at least for me, I'm okay under pressure, but I feel like if I were to ever do like my first call and I see like a house is lit on fire, it'd be like my heart would be pounding. I'm like, I don't know, like how are you able to like handle those situations like under all that stress?
yeah. So I can actually go into detail on my first actual house fire.
Ooh.
So it was myself and a driver on the tanker, so it was just us two. So we were originally there. We were supplying water to the engine that was at the house, and just kept giving them water the whole time because the tanker holds 3,500 gallons of water.
That I thought was 3 million, and I keep thinking it's 3 million, but continue.
It's not 3 million, but it's okay. So we kept supplying them with water, and then eventually one of the battalion chiefs had walked up, and I had never actually gone interior on a house fire, only in training. And another crew had came in their utility. It was just 2 of them. He's like, hey, why don't you go join that crew, and you guys can go in and fight the fire. I was like, oh, heck yeah. So we went up to the 2nd story of this building. We met up with the division chief that was up there. We were like, hey, you know, what all do you want to do? He's like, just take this. It looks like they have some smoke in here. Get a hole in this closet and see if you can see anything. and those two guys started hitting a hole. I grabbed the hose that was right at my feet, and as soon as they like made a complete hole through it, just fire roaring out of there. So I told them to back up, and I just got to sit there and play with water.
Wow. I also know that like if there's a fire in the house, you can like cut a hole in the ceiling or something and it gets the fire out.
So typically we use that for ventilation. That'll help suck out all the smoke. And
Oh, the smoke. That's what it's for? I thought it sucks the fire out.
no.
Okay. Well, now I know. What does your role as a firefighter, how does your role as a firefighter impact your personal life and relationships?
So some of the stuff we see can be rather gruesome or traumatic. So it's really just maintaining that stress environment. You have to know how to properly manage that kind of stuff. But also, it does kind of suck. You're sleeping in bed, and then 3 o'clock rolls around, and you're getting hit for a call. Well, you're running right out the door, trying not to wake anybody up, but those things happen.
Yeah, like, do they have like programs here? Because at least like for my job, a lot of people are getting burnt out because it's a really stressful job. And do they have like burnout programs here?
Yes.
Or, like...
So you can actually, they do grief counseling and that kind of stuff. The county does provide that.
I was wondering that because like this is, as we all know, this is a very stressful job and it's very traumatizing. Like you're gonna get some cases that are traumatizing. And I always wondered like, is there any help for that? Because I know some people like suffer from PTSD and like they still do the job. So like do they ever get help if they have like PTSD and like they're still doing their job, which you just said they have programs, which is pretty cool. What is the most challenging aspect of your job and how do you manage it?
That's actually a very good question.
I know, I'm so good at these questions. I can't.
Definitely managing stress because you're going from 0 to 100 really quick. The other day we were here and we got hit for a house fire. We're all getting ready. We're going to the house, and then it's kind of disappointing, but it's good, but it's bad. We're all anticipating it, and we're all excited. We're okay. We got check off all of our boxes. We're good to go, and then they canceled us because the fire was already put out.
By who?
It ended up just being a really small fire, not the whole house on fire.
They told you it was the whole house on fire and it was only a small fire?
So it got dispatched as a house fire because when someone calls into 911, they're like, oh, there's a fire at my house. Well, it gets dispatched as a house fire, and then there's actually an assignment that gets put out of, okay, you have this many engines, this many special utilities, you have an ambulance, those kinds of things.
Do you get a lot of house fires around here?
Out in this area, it's kind of rather minimal, but we do also provide mutual aid to Carroll County across the way, and then other departments.
What's like the most common call that you get?
Definitely EMS related.
Oh, really? Oh, is that why you want to be an EMT?
Yeah.
Because you get to be on more calls?
Pretty much.
I get it. I want to do the same thing. What are like the most common EMT related calls then? Is it just like heart attacks?
It kind of just depends on where you're at. I mean, out here we're more of a rural area, so we have a lot of older people. Typically it's like, oh, not feeling good. Sometimes it's they actually have dementia or things like that. We had an individual who just really needs someone to talk to. And so we went out there, we checked on her, and then there's programs that we help implement. Whenever we're doing our paperwork, there's a box to check that the EMS supervisor or somebody can go back out there and be like, what kind of care does this person need? Same with overdoses. They have that same thing. A specialist will come out and talk to this person.
Talk to like the person who OD'd or you guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
Talk to the person that overdosed. Because I ran a call like that, and they had someone come out with the EMS supervisor, and they were like, okay, why did you do this? What kind of help can we get you? Are you willing to get help? Those kinds of things.
What if they don't help?
There's not really much we can do.
Oh, really? Dang. That's sad.
It is.
Yeah. But at least you're still helping them out.
Yeah.
I kind of want to be an EMT. That is so interesting. Because I really am interested in, like, medical stuff.
Mhm.
But, like, I'm more interested in criminal justice.
Yeah.
But EMT does sound interesting.
It definitely can be.
I support you being an EMT. Where was I? Can you share a particularly memorable or significant call or incident you've been involved in?
That's interesting. So obviously there's this thing called HIPAA.
Mm-hmm.
Can only share certain details. I just can't like give away
Yeah,
personal
trust me,
information.
I'm well versed in HIPAA.
Yeah. So one of the calls I guess that I ran, definitely that house fire was one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I ran a medical call at the local elementary school
Oh.
for an allergic reaction, and it was really funny because it happened to be one of my manager's kids.
Oh, from here?
No, not from here. From when I worked at Bath and Body Works.
Oh, okay.
So she had texted me and she was like, "Hey, that's my kid again." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Again.
Yeah. He had an allergic reaction, so we went there and checked on him, and he was all fine and dandy later on.
I had this one, well, it wasn't my call because I'm not a firefighter, but we were at the pool and there was this little kid. He tried to, like, do a flip off the side of the pool, but, like, I guess he got too close and his head cracked open. There was, like, blood everywhere. And then, like, they brought a fire truck and an ambulance, and I was just like, whoa, it's the ambulance and the fire truck people. The kid was fine. He wasn't even crying. He was just like, why are you guys looking at me?
I do have another memorable moment here. So we do parades and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Brunswick does that too.
Yeah. So we actually, my best friend, who's also in the fire department.
Is it Wolf?
No. His name's Nick. We had bought speakers, and our speakers actually linked together. So we strapped them to the side of the fire truck and started playing music while we were going through
That's
the parade.
so cool. Do you decorate the fire truck and everything? Put,
Yeah.
like, streamers on it?
We did like flags and that kind of stuff, but yeah.
Do you have to make, like, a float?
No.
Oh, who makes floats? I know somebody makes floats.
Bands, Girl Scouts.
The Girl Scouts with the overpriced cookies. Is
I
the
know,
camera
but-
still on? Okay, you're saying?
Those Thin Mints, though, those are.
The Thin Mints are good, but you can just get Oreo mint, and it tastes way better than Thin Mints.
Sure.
I'm so serious. I had that recently, and it was really good. How do you stay prepared for the unpredictable nature of emergency situations?
Biggest thing is training, and continuing your training. If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. So, like for me, I practice my knots and stuff from rescue tech. Constantly looking over updates and protocols and other things that we're putting out. Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, the majority of it is just your training and keeping up with everything that's.
So the training must be really good if that's, like, the main thing that you say, because there's some jobs where training is, like, not good.
Yeah. I mean, with this training, you have your life in your hands. You're dealing with a dangerous environment. So you want to stay on top of that because it's not just your life that's at risk. It's the life of your crew and anyone else that's with you.
That's a lot of pressure, too.
It can be.
And how do you deal with that type of pressure? Like, having to take care of yourself and your entire crew? And the person you're helping to?
Yeah. I mean, as long as we're all working together, we're working towards that common goal of, hey, we're gonna keep ourselves safe and keep everyone we're with safe. So as long as everyone's keeping a mindset of that, you typically are doing pretty well.
So this can't be the type of job where they're like, oh, I'm a lone wolf, I don't work as a team. Like, you have to work as a team.
Yeah. There's no freelancing in this kind of work.
Okay, interesting. What did I already say that one? No. What kind of physical and mental training do you undergo to ensure you're ready for emergencies?
Physical training, I mean, just kind of staying physically fit as best you can. Mentally, I mean, talking with therapists or other mental health providers, that's the biggest thing, I would say.
Does the department provide a therapist for you, or do you have benefits?
If need be, they can, yes.
Oh, so only, like, if you
If
have,
you
like,
ask.
a hard call.
If you ask them, like, hey, is there anyone you can recommend or that you all can provide, they can do that.
Will they pay for it?
I think the county pays up to a certain amount of sessions or something.
Oh, do you have, like, insurance for it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha, okay. How do you handle the stress and emotional toll that comes with responding to emergencies? We kind of asked this one, but you can redo it. Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing is like making sure you're keeping a certain headspace, and when you go out on a call, anything that happened before the call, you need to leave at the station. So, I have something going on in my personal life, I have to leave that here at the station before I go out there and try to help somebody else. And then, after you leave that call, you have to leave that call with that call.
What if you have a call and it's like really personal to you? Like the call you get is like it's your grandma or something like that. Are you like not allowed to help anymore?
I've had a call like that. It wasn't family, but they practically were family. It's not necessarily that you can't help. It's you shouldn't, because that is real personal to you.
Yeah. So they won't let you help. Well, will they like let the decision be yours?
I mean, if you don't say anything, it's not like they're really gonna know. But at the same time, it's kind of that gray area. You really gotta check yourself, make sure that you're not gonna become an issue.
What happens if you get too emotional on a call? Because like with me, I'm really like sensitive when it comes to like little kids. Like if I saw a little kid get hurt, like really hurt, I'd probably like be a mess, and like I would not be like thinking like, oh, let me do my job. I'd be thinking like, oh my god, this little girl's hurt.
Yeah. So that is a big thing, is having to, in a sense, compartmentalize everything. You have to keep everything in check so that you can get through it. And the downside is once we get them to the hospital, we don't know what happens.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. Like you don't get any updates or anything because like HIPAA.
Yeah.
Is there any like loophole around that? Because that must be like so difficult to like be on that call, see what happens, and then like you never have any closure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know if there is a loophole, so to speak. But that is again something that comes with the job. You just have to be able to deal with that, I guess.
I don't know if I could do that. Like I'm a person that like if something traumatic happens, like I need closure. So like if I saw something that happened and it was like really, really bad, and like I couldn't get any closure from that, like that would just tear me up.
Yeah.
You guys are strong. I don't know how you do it. Like, oh my gosh. Can you describe a typical day at the fire station, including any routine tasks and responsibilities?
So there is actually monthly maintenance we do. We do every piece of apparatus. We look through it. We check, make sure that it's got gas, all the equipment's running, the chainsaws, that kind of stuff. We have to turn everything on, turn everything off, swap out batteries for things. There's routine maintenance like that. And then also every now and again we have functions here, so it's prepping for the function, working the actual function, cleaning up the function, those kinds of things.
Oh, you guys don't have a custodian?
No.
What?
We do
They don't
everything.
have a custodian here?
No, we do everything ourselves.
What? You should get a custodian. You guys do a lot around here.
This department is one of the only ones left that is 100% volunteer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is even your dad volunteer?
Yep.
Wow. Oh, that's why it says volunteer on the front. Okay. A little slow, but
It's okay. I mean, there are stations that still say volunteer. One of our neighboring stations, I believe they still say volunteer on it, but they actually do have some career staff there.
okay. What are some common misconceptions people have about the life of a firefighter?
It's not what you see on the movies. We're not.
I know. I said that the whole time I was here.
I mean, we're not running and like ripping doors off cars every single day. We don't have wild, crazy rescues every day. I mean, we do have days where we're sitting here doing nothing. But then there are days, obviously, when we do have crazy calls like that. And no, not every person in the firehouse is in some kind of soap opera relationship. Because I do see that a lot on like Chicago Fire.
Never seen it, but yeah. Nice. So it's not like Grey's Anatomy and like 911 and all those shows.
No.
Because yeah, with those shows it is like something new, something like every day. Like there's one episode where it was like every single call was something crazy.
Although I could use a buck here.
Oh, I know Buck. He's like, I didn't like him at first, but like he really goes on you. Well, is it true that like on a full moon you get crazy calls?
Oh, that is definitely a real thing.
Really? Because I get that too. Anytime it's a full moon, I get the craziest calls at work. Okay. What's the craziest full moon call you had?
Someone had taken edibles on accident. Yeah, that was definitely interesting because the one individual had taken, well, so there was 3 people in total, if I remember correctly, that took it. 2 of them took twice the normal amount. 1 person took 4 times the normal amount.
Oh, I know they're tripping. Sorry to be unprofessional, but they're probably tripping, and I'm not going to say the other word, but you know what I mean. How do you and your team prepare for, how do you and your team prepare for and manage large-scale emergencies or disasters, or if you ever have them?
So there is a mass casualty instant protocol that we have to run through, make sure we have proper team management, proper amount of special utilities, extra ambulances, depending on what it is.
You get outside sources?
Yes. So other departments as well. Typically, like the biggest thing is considered mutual aid, which is other departments coming into your area of operation.
Okay. So, like, if there's like a tornado or a hurricane or anything like that, do you just stay here and like wait for a call, or do you like go around see if anything is like?
I haven't had an experience like that yet, but my thought process on it would be, yes, we're gonna sit here, we're gonna hunker down and wait it out, because if we get caught out there in that storm, we're no use to anybody anymore.
Yeah, you're right. What role does teamwork play in your job, and how do you build and maintain strong team dynamics?
We do a lot of team building. So we do like monthly training here at the firehouse where we all get together. I mean, I've hung out with a lot of these people outside of the firehouse, and like I said, I mean, you build like a family here. So, you know, you're putting your life in their hands and they're putting their lives in yours. So you have to have a good bond, or else, you know, teamwork just isn't going to work.
Yeah, with these types of jobs, like firefighters, anything criminal justice, doctors, like those types of jobs, I know everybody's like so tight because like you deal with a lot of like crazy situations together.
Oh yeah. And trauma bonded.
Trauma bonding, that's what it is, 100%. How do you balance the demands of firefighting with other aspects of your life?
So actually, I am also on the board of directors here. I'm in charge of our junior firefighter program, and there's all kinds of other stuff I do around
He does it
here.
all, ladies.
I definitely do a lot. So it does make it a little difficult because, I mean, I think this entire past week I've done everything fire related except for Thursday was the only day I didn't have
That's
something
the only
to
day
do.
you had off?
Yeah.
Jeez. Wait. Okay, what do you do like for your full-time job then?
My full-time job, I actually work for the county as a water recovery specialist.
What's that?
I'm a wastewater operator, pretty much.
What do you do there? I don't know what that is.
So everything, you know, you flush the toilet, you wash your hair in the shower or whatever, all that has to go somewhere. So that goes to a treatment plant, which is where I work.
Oh, how do you do that and this at the same time if you're saying you worked here every single day except for Thursday?
As soon as I get off work, I come here.
Really?
Yep.
Well, at least it's flexible, the hours here. Do you have like shifts that you have to work here?
No. So there are some departments that do that. We do not, luckily. So it makes it a little bit easier. But like, there are some things that are like, hey, you have to be here at 7 for this. There are things like that.
Wait, what do you mean by then you have to wake up at 3 and come here? Is that because of a call or
Yeah,
because?
if I get a call, I'm home laying in bed, and we get hit for a call, then I'm just coming up here for the call. I leave my house, come here.
Is this the closest fire station or is there another one around here?
There is another one around here. So we're in New Midway right now. There's Woodsboro as well, and then there's Walkersville. And then if you go the other direction, there's Rocky Ridge, and then Thurmont.
Dang, there's a lot around here then. Why do you have so many in like a small area?
So I don't know exactly the square footage for our area, but I mean, just think of how big the county is. There's
Oh yeah, this is Frederick County. I'm from Montgomery, so like everything's like, I wouldn't say it's a lot smaller, but like
yeah. So like downtown, just downtown Frederick has 3 different departments in it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I only know about the one.
There's 1, 2,
Like in
and
down-
3. So there's
Are they called 1, 2, 3?
yeah.
Oh.
Well, so it's United. United's always the one I remember. I can't remember the other ones.
Yeah, every time I go to downtown Frederick, there's always some fire truck going off, like doing something.
Oh, they're busy down there.
Yeah. Or do they have volunteer ones down there too? Can you transfer around?
Yeah.
Oh, you can? So,
Yeah.
like, can you work here one day and then work in downtown Frederick the next day?
So what you have to do is put in an application, and then you can just become a member there. And then, so like, in all honesty, you could become a member at every single station if you wanted to, I guess.
Wow.
I don't know if anybody would actually want to do that because that's a lot of work, but.
Can you do that as a volunteer and as a firefighter?
So as
Is
a
that rude to say
firefighter.
that, a volunteer and a firefighter? Because
Little
I
bit.
don't.
So there's
I don't want to be
career-
rude.
There's career and volunteer.
Okay, career
typically.
and volunteer. I'll say career and volunteer. Because, like, you are a firefighter, so I don't want to, like, say, like, volunteer and, like, the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't trying to be rude.
That's okay.
Let's see. What advancements or changes in firefighting technology or techniques have you seen during your career?
So actually, we recently went to a fire expo, and they have a electric hose line. So I can actually adjust how much pressure is coming through that line
Oh.
right there at the nozzle.
Like, is there, like, a dial?
Yeah.
Oh, because
So
I saw
it's
in the
like
truck.
you
yeah.
push a little button, like an arrow, and it'll actually increase how much pressure you're getting through that line.
Oh, I always thought it was just, like, the same amount of pressure, just, like, shoots out and you...
Yeah, no, you can actually adjust it directly on the truck, but then this technology they're coming out with now, where you can actually just hook it to the truck itself. You have to have a pump operator there to do minor things, but say I need more pressure and I can just sit there at the hose and do it myself.
I have kind of a dumb question that's not even on here. So we all know, like, fire hydrants. One, how do you get the water out? Is it the top or the side?
So the side is actually where we would hook up our hose. So there's different types of hoses. Your large hose, that's like 4-inch and above, I believe, is what we refer to as LDH, which is large diameter hose. So we would hook that up to the hydrant and then hook that to the truck. And at the very top, you just screw that. And then that's how you get the water out.
Oh, does it shoot out or does it, like...
Oh, it puts, so each fire hydrant has a different colored cap.
Oh, it
The
does?
cap well, not every single one, but the
Oh, I
cap
thought they were all
itself.
just red.
No. So the cap itself actually determines how much pressure is in that line.
Oh. So, like, if it has a lot of pressure, that's the one that would shoot out. How do you get it on if it's shooting out?
So, well, first off, it's stopped. There's no water coming through. That's when we hook on. We take the side piece off, put our hose on, turn our hose so that it's locked on, and then we turn the.
Oh, so you have to turn the fire hydrant on. Oh, I always wondered how those worked. Okay, now I know. That's so cool. I didn't know if that was a dumb question, but I always wondered that. Let's see. Can you discuss any safety protocols or practices that are particularly important in your line of work?
So we also have a thing called fire prevention. I would say the biggest thing that a lot of people don't think about, whether it's winter or summer, but actually leaving your door shut when you go to bed at night actually can help protect you if your house catches on fire.
Yep, I knew it. That's why you get the bed door closed. Yes.
That is actually a really big one. Making sure you're staying low because
Smoke rises.
smoke rises, heat rises.
Yes.
But with everything that's within a home, that's, your couches, your clothes, that kind of thing, those materials, when they burn up, they actually are very toxic. That's why we wear our respirators and our SCBAs, which I explained it to you, but I'll explain it again. The SCBA stands for your self-contained breathing apparatus. So you're actually using that is that's why we have to put those on. We look scary sometimes, but that's for our own safety and our own health.
I thought you always wear the mask because of the smoke, because you have to, stand and, help people. So it's the smoke and the chemicals from, everything?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. I didn't even know that, I know obviously there's chemicals in clothes and, the couches, but I didn't know that it was toxic. Is it toxic just because it's on fire, or is it toxic in
Yes.
general?
So, obviously, burning wood, you have your carbohydrates and all that. I don't even know if I'm using the right word, but carbon dioxide and all that stuff. So.
Is that Wolf? It's Wolf. You're kidding, he's a big guy. I wouldn't want that guy helping me out with the fire. Okay. Let's see. What kind of community outreach or education do you participate in as part of your role?
So, again, I run our junior firefighter program. So I have kids aging from like 3rd grade all the way to high school. So I teach them. I go over simple things like proper procedures. I actually am working on getting together with them and going over like radio transmissions, how I'll have one group as the quote-unquote dispatch, telling them what the call is, and then another group will be the fire truck going to the fire call. So proper radio communication there. Teaching them at such a young age because they all want to be firefighters. Well, I'm teaching them now, so then once they get to that point, they know a lot of the stuff already.
True. That's why I always think that, like, when CTC, the cadet program, obviously, like, this program as well, it's so good for kids who really want to, like, get started in this because, like, I don't know your teaching style, but usually the teachers are teaching you, like, this is what actually is, like, going on. It's not like the movies.
Yeah.
It's, like, a lot more complicated because, like, a lot of people think that, like, when they see this job, they think, like, oh, it's really easy. I could do that. And it's, like, that's one of the reasons why I want to do this series, like, to talk to real people who've actually experienced the situations, and they're like, no, it's not like the movies. It is hella hard. But yeah, that's actually really cool that you're doing that program. It's actually so cool to see you doing that because, like, seeing you in high school and, like, you know, like, our friendship and stuff like that, and, like, seeing you're this adult who's a firefighter and, like, you're doing the program, and, like, that's so cool.
You're doing all your fancy modeling stuff, and
we're not talking
this
about that.
this right now, I mean, come on.
I know this. I'm so excited about doing this whole interview thing. I'm so excited that you're my first person doing it. Like,
I'm very pleased that I get to be the first one.
have you ever had to deal with a situation where you had to make a quick decision under pressure? If you did, how did you handle it?
Oh, 100%. There was a call where actually someone had ran out of air in their cylinder. Like they just used all the air that's in their tank.
Oh, you mean like this is a call with a firefighter?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we were actually in a house fire, and he was like, "Look, I've used all my air. Like I got to get out of here." So we had to quickly just be like, "Hey, like our crew's got to go. Can you like keep taking care of this?"
Oh, you had 2 teams?
So typically, like, it's divided up. You have different divisions and that kind of stuff. But yeah, there are different crews doing different jobs inside the building. And then, you know, we're radioing and saying that, hey, we gotta get out of here. Can you assign another crew to where we were? That kind of thing.
Oh, so did he run out because, like, are you supposed to refill it every time, or like he just didn't check?
He just used his air quickly.
Oh, was he like hyperventilating a lot? Oh, was he new?
He was relatively new.
Oh, I would do the same thing. I'd run out of air. How much air is in those?
So they're considered 45-minute tanks, but again, it's just all about how you control your breathing.
Okay. And most fires, do they last 45 minutes?
Oh, most fires are a lot longer than 45 minutes.
Oh, then
Like,
how is the tank only 45 minutes? Oh, because you have to control your breathing.
control your breathing, but, you know, we'll go out, we'll swap a new tank. Every time we go out of the fire, we actually have to go to rehab, which is where they check our vital signs and make sure that we're not, like, dying. And then they can release us and we can go back in.
Are those the type of tanks where, like, if once you run out of air or something, like, the air becomes toxic?
No, then you just have no air left.
Oh,
You're
so-
breathing nothing.
Oh, so you can still breathe. There's just, like, nothing coming in.
You
Is
would
it, like,
have to
constant air coming in?
You would have to take your regulator off to then breathe just through your mask, which then you're breathing in smoke. So
Oh, okay, that's why he, like, ran out. Okay. Cool story. What advice would you give to someone who is considering a career in firefighting?
definitely read your books because, I mean, I learned a lot better just hands-on kind of stuff. Well, there are some lectures and things like that that you really have to pay attention to, and they do give you like textbooks to read through. If you don't read those, you're gonna miss out on a lot.
Oh, so
And
textbooks are important here.
textbooks are actually important. We don't just run around breaking doors.
I didn't say you always run around breaking doors. It's just that, like, in college, they're always like, get textbooks, and they don't use the textbooks.
Yeah. No, they are actually relatively important here.
Can you take college classes for firefighting, or can you only do it at, like, at a fire station?
So, yes. I believe the one I'm more common with is University of Maryland. So actually all of our classes are ran through the University of Maryland. So I actually earn college credits while being a volunteer taking these
Oh.
classes.
That is so cool. I didn't know that. Can you do that at a police department too?
I don't know their rules and stuff, but I would think so.
Oh, I have a question. You can do ride-alongs with cops and, like, be in the cop car. Can you do ride-alongs for firefighters?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Oh.
I don't know if we've ever done one, but pretty much. So we actually do. After you have your hazmat operations and you have your CPR, you can ride as what's called an orange helmet. So you wear a big orange helmet instead of like mine, which was black, and you would actually go ahead and you'd ride on the truck with us, but you just can't go inside
Like,
the house
yeah.
fire. Typically, we would have you do minor things like, hey, I need you to grab this tool off the truck and bring it to me.
Okay. That's actually pretty cool. I wanted to go in the truck so bad when you showed us the truck, but I'm wearing heels and a dress, so I didn't think it was appropriate. But I wanted to go in that truck. What did you want to be when you were growing up? We already answered that. You said in fire investigator.
Yeah.
Like, ever since you were a little kid?
Probably 5th grade, 6th grade is when I realized, like, hey, like, this would actually be really cool.
You knew what a fire investigator was at 5th grade?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was, like, a thing until I was in high school.
I mean, my dad's been in this department since I was, like,
Oh, yeah, that's
4,
right.
so
Does he get paid?
No.
Then what's he do?
He is an auto body technician.
A what?
He works on cars.
Oh. Okay. You kind of answered this one too. Is this your end career? Are you going to do this until you retire? I know you said you wanted to be a lieutenant here, but do you want to be a lieutenant and, like, go up, or, like, be a lieutenant and then do, like, the arson?
Yeah, so actually I do eventually, once I get through my EMT class, I do want to try and move to a paid career in this. But I want to get through my EMT first. That way I can just have that. And a lot of places, as long as you have all of those things, you don't have to go through an academy.
So, how long do you want to do firefighting for before you become an arson investigator?
The sooner the better, honestly.
Really? Would you skip being a lieutenant and all that just to, like, be an arson investigator?
Yeah, because they have similar rank structures where you could, from what my understanding at least, you can eventually become like a lieutenant fire investigator.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just, like, fire investigators. Okay, well, I'm interviewing another guy that does that too, so I guess I'll learn more about
There
that.
you go.
Was he an insurance adjuster? I think they call it insurance adjusters because he, like, if somebody's house catches on fire, he, like, gets the estimated cost of everything, and then he, like, has to fill out a bunch of paperwork. Is that, like, the same thing? Or is that different?
So from my understanding back when I first was looking into all of this, was, okay, you know, here's a fire, you need to figure out what happened. How did this start?
Oh, that's what they do? Oh, okay. Okay, so they see a fire, and then they have to figure out, like, where the point of... Is it point of contact? Is that the word?
It's, gosh, I literally just took this class not that long ago.
I know, I forgot the lingo, but I know exactly what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
like, where, like, the fire came from. but
Point
there's
of origin.
Point of origin, thank you. So you have to see where the point of origin is, and then, like, you have to see if it was on purpose or, like, anything like that. Oh, okay. So then what does that guy do? Because I thought that was what an arson investigator was.
Could be part of what he does.
He said it's a lot of paperwork.
I believe that.
Are you excited about the paperwork?
No. Paperwork.
You don't like paperwork? I love paperwork.
It can just be tedious a lot of times.
Really? I think it's so interesting because, like, at least for my job, I do medical, like, billing, like, medical call center representative. So, like, I'll get, like, calls and people are like, oh, like, I just had this lady, she said that her ear got cut off and they had to reattach it in the hospital. And, like, I had to, like, write all that down. I was just like, first of all, gross. But, like, that's interesting to me. Like, I like hearing about that stuff and, like, writing it down and, like, filling it all out. I just think that's interesting. But unfortunately, that is the rest of all my questions. Do you have any questions for me?
I do not. It was so good seeing you.
It was
again.
good seeing you too.
too long.
This is so nice. Just seeing you all grown up and being an adult now. Look at us, we're adults. That's crazy. Aren't
That's
you like
scary.
21, 22?
Yeah, I'm 21.
Oh my god, we're both 21 because we were in the same class. So it makes sense.
Gosh, so long.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what everybody else is doing too. If they chose like jobs like this. You
Clown
know?
gang.
Oh, not the clown gang. Don't get me started on the clown gang. And that is the end of episode 1 of Amina's interviews with Tyler Pescatore, who is part of the volunteer fire department. Not sure who I'm gonna do my next interview on. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an officer, as long as everything gets approved, because I have to talk to the public relations office and the media office and get their approval, and I have to talk to some other people. But if everything goes well, I think the next person I'm interviewing is an officer, so please stay tuned for that.